Airbnb aims to help the Afghanistan humanitarian crisis, and Pfizer misplays the vaccine name game. I'm Jeff Beer, and this is Fast Company's brand hit miss of the week. The miss this week goes to Pfizer. In a major development, the US FDA granted full approval for the pharma giant's COVID vaccine, but then we found out what its official name was. Comirnaty? It's pronounced Comirnaty, spelled C-O-M-I-R-N-A-T-Y, and it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. According to Pfizer, they wanted to emphasize the COVID-19 immunization and the vaccine's core mRNA technology, while also integrating the words community and immunity all into the name at the same time. Kind of like a pharma pandemic turducken. The result, though, was internet troll catnip and a lesson in brand naming. Here's a rule of thumb for brand naming. If it's not a common word or phrase, at least make it easy to say, like Google or Venmo. No one knows what those things meant before those companies came along, but they're easy to say. Like telling a joke, if you have to over-explain how to pronounce a brand name, it's probably not a good one. As government and medical officials continue to try to convince people to get vaccinated, and White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says the FDA approval should mean more Americans will feel comfortable getting vaccinated, only 52% of Americans are fully vaccinated. And Fauci has said unvaccinated people cannot keep lingering because as long as the virus circulates, more dangerous and potentially vaccine-defeating variants can continue to emerge. FDA approval is one big step in encouraging more Americans to get vaccinated. Now imagine if it had a really kick-ass name. Something that ties into like patriotism, civil service, and community. Eagle Punch, or Freedom Stab, or America. Hey, if Budweiser can do it, why not the most important medical advancement in maybe a century? If they can develop a vaccine in less than a year and roll it out at scale before FDA approval, I'm pretty sure they can dodge a few brand name trademark hurdles and come up with a catchier name than Comirnaty. This week's hit goes to Airbnb. As the humanitarian crisis has been unfolding around the United States military withdrawal from Afghanistan at the end of this month, American, Canadian, and European governments have been scrambling to evacuate tens of thousands of people fleeing Taliban rule. Airbnb and its charity Airbnb.org announced this week that it would be providing temporary housing around the world for up to 20,000 Afghan refugees. CEO Brian Chesky said on Twitter, quote, "The displacement and resettlement of Afghan refugees in the US and elsewhere is one of the biggest humanitarian crises of our time. We feel a responsibility to step up. I hope this inspires other business leaders to do the same. There's no time to waste." Of course, with any move of branded goodwill like this, the devil's in the details. The company says the cost here will be covered with money from Airbnb and Chesky, as well as the Airbnb.org Refugee Fund, which started in June with the goal of raising $25 million and is working with resettlement agencies and offered to support federal and state governments. It's an encouraging and inspiring first move, and now the company needs to make sure it follows up on its commitment, supports its contributing hosts, and does everything in its power to make sure this isn't an empty PR play. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. To see more weekly videos about the best and worst in brands and marketing, hit the like and subscribe button.